Oh my god. Oh my god, guys, it's time. It's time! It's been a while since I've done a, classic series, Dragon Quest, Let's Play. But today we're starting in on it. We're starting in on Dragon Quest IV. This is the DS version of the game. The DS version is based on the PlayStation remake that only Japan got. It was actually originally being translated for Western release. And then all sorts of stuff happened with the translation team, and I forget who was doing the translation. Heartbeat? I think there was something going on with Heartbeat at the time. Okay, so we're going to create a new adventure log. This is my old one. I never did the post-game, but we're going to do it this time. You know, just like we did the post-game for 3 and 8. Ha ha! Alright. Saigan is the name of our hero. We are going to be a boy. I hope everybody's looking forward to this. I hope everybody liked that trailer that I did. I had a lot of fun making that. If you're new to this series, please note the footage from that trailer is from Dragon Quest Monsters Battle Road Victory, not from Dragon Quest IV. Game doesn't look quite that good. I'm recording this directly off of a 2DS that has a capture card. And since most of, 99% of the game is on the lower screen, top screen is for stats and stuff in combat, the rest of the map, and some of the weird vertical cutscenes. So I've decided to provide you with both. The main screen that you have on the left is the bottom screen of the DS, and then on the right, you have both screens. Seems to work well for Dragon Quest IX, or it has in the past anyways. 'Tis my job to make a warrior of you as swiftly as possible, but soon enough, if well enough, as they say. I shall be on my way, then. You should run along home and rest yourself, Saigan. That's a good opening. As far as RPG openings go, break all the barrels and pots. All of them. All of them. So in addition to being able to control your party, which you could not do in the original release of the game, you could only control the active character for the chapter, we can also turn the camera around. Most of the time it's kind of gimmicky. Sometimes it does help you figure out where you're going. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Hey, hop on over here, a second almighty hero. We're being talked at. But first, breaking things. Over here, oh great one, step on it. Oh, but not on me. Who could be talking to us? You must help me, kind sir. It's a frog. It's a big frog. Frog's almost the size of Solo. Do not look so alarmed. I am not really a frog. Be honest, you thought I was a frog, did you not? No, you're not fooling anybody. You're a very kind person, I see. Well, I would ask a favor of your kind heart. As you've probably guessed, I am in truth the princess of a mighty kingdom. But a wicked witch's horrible spell turned me into the form you see before you now. I can do nothing to change the shape I have been forced to take, and in fact, being a frog is not so terrible as one might imagine. I live a very carefree life, but there is just one problem. It's just that it's... Oh no, someone's coming! Follow the frog. Follow the frog! Gasp! It wasn't a frog at all! There's probably nothing in these now, huh? Although, I have to give props to whoever, is in charge of this basement, I guess. They replaced those quick. Oh, I'm sorry, I must have needed to stand over here. Hello, Saigan. You've finished your sword practice now, have you? What's that? A giant frog? What? What on earth are you talking about? I've been here the whole time, and I certainly haven't seen any such Hee hee hee. Oh, I can't keep this up. Oh, Eliza, you pulled the wool over our eyes. I had no idea it was you. Girl's got some mad morph skills, though. Some mighty morph skills. Mighty morphin skills. I'm trying to make a Power Rangers joke. I'm sorry. I live a very carefree life, but there's just one problem. It's just that I couldn't think of anything good to say after that. If I'd spent a little bit more time preparing my story, I could have come up with something wonderful, but I just couldn't wait to show you. You were surprised, though, weren't you? Now that I've learned Morph, I can change into all kinds of things. Eliza casts Morph again. I'll just be hopping along then. Hey! So funny, Eliza. Oh, I almost forgot. Your mother was looking for you. She said to tell you it's supper time. I think I smelt carrots. Well, I'll be seeing you tomorrow then. Hare's looking at you, Saigan. I feel I could probably be friends with Eliza. Just for, those amazing pun skills that she has. Her pun game is on point. Good day to you, Saigan. 'Twill be getting dark before long, it seems. I should be returning home for supper myself. A pot I haven't broken. Ah, how very refreshing. Well met, Saigan. You've come to quench your thirst, too, eh? Well, 'tis no surprise after today's practice. 'Twas a lively session, to say the least. Eliza and yourself are as close as ever, I see. The brazen young thing even came to my house to tell me I should be less hard on you. I'll own that I've been working you harder than ever these last few weeks, but you're all the hardier for it. You'll thank me one day. I'll thank you now. Saigan takes a look down the well and tumbles in! But there was nothing there. I think I already broke that pot, didn't I? Fairly certain I did. What's up, armor shop guy? What's going on, eh? No one ever comes to this God-forsaken village. Ah, there you are, Saigan. Today I was planning to teach you how to perform the sizzle spell. But dusk draws inexorably closer. We will commence the lesson tomorrow. Did I say that right? Inexorably. Inexorably. We'll try it. We'll go with that. Did I talk to you? I did. I did. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bother you again, sir. Well, Saigan, you look a mite wary and no mistake. What's that? Sword practice, you say? 'Tis hard work indeed, young one. But you must not give up. You're the hopes of the whole village on your narrow shoulders. But I don't suppose you know much about that yet, eh? Pay no mind to my ramblings. Okay, weird guy. Oh, 'tis you, Saigan. I was just giving the place a quick spruce. Goodness knows why I bother, though. Nobody ever comes all the way out here to visit, and even if they did, we would not allow them to stay. I mean, I'm just cleaning out the rooms like I always do. Old habits die hard, you know. Either our hero just believes this is how everybody acts all the time, because he's never been exposed to anything else, or something weird is going on. So I am curious, how many people watching right now have actually played Dragon Quest IV before? Or maybe Dragon Warrior 4? Or any Dragon Warrior game, for that matter. It's a fantastic series, and if you haven't played, then I'm going to recommend that you find one to start with. If you're into the classic Western RPGs, 3 is an excellent, excellent starting point. 1 and 2 aren't necessarily bad, but 3 is really where the series hit its stride. The ones that I typically recommend to people new to the franchise start with are 8 and 5. Oh, there you are, Saigan. You must be famished. Sit down and I'll bring you your supper. Ah, you're back, Saigan. The end of another tiring day, eh? Well, let us settle down for our supper. I'm famished. Mother! All right. I'm coming. Sit yourself down now, Saigan. This is delicious. Munch, munch. Chewing noises. By the way, Saigan, you are young yet, and only know this, our humble little village. But the world outside is a vast place, populated by all manner of folk. Before long, you will be an adult, and a time may come when you must leave the comfort of our village. I can only imagine what manner of strange and wondrous companions you might encounter on such a journey. Father, please, must we have such melancholy conversation at the supper table? Saigan is going to live here with us forever and ever. Aren't you, dear? No matter what happens, we'll always be together. I don't know, Mom. All boys leave home one day. Of course, what am I saying? Listen to me wittering on, silly old fool. You just ignore me now. Ha ha ha. Dad, everybody in town has been acting strange. You're not helping. And so, our tale begins. Would you like to save the story so far in your adventure log? Yes. That's fine. Chapter 1. Ragnar McRyan and the Case of the Missing Children. This is a tale of palace guards in a small kingdom called Burland. Among their number is a brave soldier by the name of Ragnar McRyan. One morning, King Bernard summons all of the guards to the main hall of the castle. Anytime, King. Okay. All right. Okay. We're waiting for him to come downstairs, I guess. His Majesty is about to make an announcement to yous all. Simmer doon and listen. I can't do it. I can't do a Scottish accent. It's not going to happen. Everybody, please forgive me. At ease, men. No doubt you all know what it is I want to talk to you about. I will translate for you, though. I'm sure you've all heard rumors about the wee kiddies going missing of late. Just this morning, I've had mothers from Strathbale here crying about their boys. How can kids be disappearing like this? Is some rogue snatching our poor mites away? As king of this beautiful land, I can't very well stand by and let this continue. Find out what's going on and report back to me, men. Away with you. Okay. You know, I like this king. He's like, my people are upset. Children are disappearing. I'm going to send out my army to solve this problem. Not every king would be willing to do that. Good sir, I'm begging you. Please bring my boy back safe and sound. I'm sure my little one's alive, but if you don't hurry, it might be too late. Oh, these guys are looking extremely hard through the entry hall. What's up, boss? Oh, it's Ragnar McRyan, is it now? I must say I'm finding this whole situation more than a wee bit puzzling. But I'm full of hope that we'll get to the bottom of it all if we talk to the good folk of our land and see what they have to say. I'm depending on you, Ragnar McRyan. Good luck and goddess speed. We totally cannot get those treasure chests yet. It's a shame. Since this is the first episode, I will give a brief description of the Dragon Quest series. The Dragon Quest series started back in 1986. The creator, Yuji Horii, was actually a fan of Western RPGs, such as Ultima and Wizardry. And he wanted to make an RPG for consoles. And that's actually where the Dragon Quest menu system came from. And it's been cleaned up, and it's been chopped up and shrunk down and made much more user-friendly since the first installments. But in the original Dragon Warrior, or Dragon Quest, if you play it on the NES, you can definitely see how they were kind of building on the Western PC RPGs. Yuji Horii wanted to make one that anybody could play on consoles. So this is actually the Japanese take on the Western RPG. Ragnar looks at the bookshelves. There's a book called A History of Beautiful Burland. I don't even know how to pronounce Bonnie right. I'm pretty sure I just got it wrong. I don't speak Scottish. Ragnar takes it from the shelf and reads an excerpt. Robert the Bruce, founder of Burland, protected his domain from monsters when it was little more than a wee hamlet. It's said that he was invincible to any attack because of a special shield bestowed upon him from on high. We might be looking for that later. I don't want to spoil anything, but we might be. No interesting books, no interesting books. 9 out of 10 bookshelves in the lands of Dragon Quest do not have interesting books. We came here from Strathbale just now, but we were attacked by monsters so many times on the way, I was thinking we'd never make it here alive. Please find our boys for us. Bairns? I don't know how it's pronounced. I think that they just mean like children in general. I just know they're alive, but you have to find them fast before it's too late. Don't be lagging behind all the other soldiers now, Ragnar. So something that this translation did that has mixed reactions from the community is they added these dialects in. And some people just hate it. Some people hate the dialects. Some people hate all the puns. Some people would like it to go back to the old Elizabethan English that the games used to be localized as back when the company was just regular Enix. Personally, I like the idea of having different dialects because these are games that have you traveling around an entire world, and not everybody is going to talk the same. What are you doing here, Ragnar? You certainly don't like to rush things, eh? Are all the others now away to Strathbale already? God. That one was rough. I've been seeing monsters out there in the day that used to only come out at night. Aye, it's a scary old world. It's only just recently that so many wee children have started to disappear. I wonder who could be responsible. I'll tell you who's not responsible. The Dragon Lord, because he's dead. I don't know where I was going with that. You just leave the castle to us, Ragnar. We'll take care of things here while you're away to find out where the kiddies have got to. I wanted to be a palace guard back in my day, you know. If you're helping Burland, then I want to help you. What do you say? Can I tag along with you? Yes. Hoots! I can? Then let's away. Ach, but I'm not much of a fighter, so don't count on me too much there. King Bernard tries to keep taxes low, so as not to put too much of a burden on his people. That's all well and good, but it means there's not enough money for decent weapons and armor. If you want stronger equipment, you have to save your cash and buy it for yourself. And if you buy something new, be sure to equip it rather than carrying it about with you. Another thing. Dragon Quest games are kind of, I don't know, they're on the, they're a little bit chatty. But it's important because Dragon Quest doesn't typically hold your hand so much as other games. Generally, for the first portion of the game, they'll be pretty good about giving you directions. And then those hints come slower and slower as you get further in the game. And usually the last portion of the game has you traveling all around the world, visiting locations that you've been to before with resources that you didn't have earlier to find, you know, magical orbs, etc., etc. So compared to what the Final Fantasy series has become, which is pretty linear, Dragon Quest still allows the players to get lost and explore. And it's one of the things that has really kept this series great. And it's one of the things that I really like about Dragon Quest is that they don't really change it too much. If you like one Dragon Quest, it's likely that you're going to enjoy all of them because the gameplay has never really changed. It's been cleaned up, it's been adjusted, it's been balanced, but it's never really changed. If it's no monsters, then I can't understand what it could be. All I know is that I don't have a good feeling about it. Here for a wee bit of shopping, are you? Then maybe you could away outside and round to the counter if it's not too much trouble. Words, man. Words. Is it true that there are kids going missing? At least I don't have to worry about it now that I'm not a kid anymore. Oh, you child. You'll be the next to go. Sweet, it's a leather shield. We must remember to equip it. We're definitely going to want... What do we have now? A copper sword? Oh, and it's even equipped as well. I don't know if we're going to bother grabbing an upgrade to our copper sword right now. I know by the end of this chapter, we'll get a better sword in one of the dungeons. But let's take a look. Let's take a look. Okay, we're already wearing leather armor. Some chainmail would be kind of nice. I don't think we find any of that at all this chapter. Raises our defense from 18 to 24. Scale shield would be nice. I think that's another one that we can find, though. Leather hat. We'll be finding an iron helmet. There's actually, there's a lot of stuff that you can find in the game if you've played it before and you know where to look. You can really save yourself a lot of money early on just by going and grabbing the actual equipment instead of saving up money and purchasing it. Inns are where you stay to recover your HP and MP. Standard classic JRPG stuff. Agnes's hubby, Angus, is a right one for adventure. He went off searching for a clue of how to get at the tower. He's looking for a clue to get to the tower in the middle of all that water. I had to think back on the game. I'm like, what the hell is a tur? What is she talking about? Ragnar, have you heard of this thing called battle records? Apparently you can use it to check on how your fights are going. Yes, and it is fancy, and it is nice. Hey, we got some gold coins. There is something about Dragon Quest IV that no other Dragon Quest has really done, and that it is divided up into chapters. And each chapter serves to focus on an individual hero from the story. There's 5 primary chapters of the game. Chapter 6 is post-game stuff. But for chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4, we're going to be meeting the supporting cast. Ragnar is not the hero of the game. Ragnar is a supporting character to the hero of the game. It's going to go Ragnar, then Elena, then I want to say Torneko, and then the twins, Mina and Maya. And that's something that the other games in the series don't really do. Some of them, like 5, might kind of split the story up, like 5... kind of goes through stages where you start the game as a child, and the game actually follows you through your life as you grow up. Some of them experiment with it, some of them don't. 4 and 5 are very interesting in their own right, because they kind of experiment more with the storytelling than the other ones do. This is beautiful Burland Town. Churches are where you save, revive, cure poison, etc., etc. They're very useful. They're very useful to us. Now, I will try and keep the grinding on screen to a minimum. No more than half of an episode is going to be devoted to grinding. I will leave some grinding in, and we are certainly going to get lost in some dungeons. That's part of the fun of Dragon Quest. Can I get in there, please? Thank you, lady. But I also don't want to lose anybody's attention. And since this is the first... Yay, Seeds of Strength. So what ability seeds do is they actually permanently increase your stats. And they're super awesome. Super, super awesome. In later games, you can actually farm for them to really increase the power of your party without having to worry about levels as much. Okay, we're free. She let us out. Now, we are running low on time, but I do want to get into a couple of fights so those of you new to the series can see how combat is, and you can see how beautiful the world map is. Up there on the top right screen, you can see the world map. It's rather large, as they've kind of become since, I want to say, Dragon Quest II. The world maps have been pretty big. Dragon Quest I didn't have a particularly large world map, and there weren't really any... There wasn't a special way of getting around either. Dragon Quest II introduced the boat. Dragon Quest III introduced flying. And the worlds have only gotten larger since then. If you spot any suspicious bodies lurking about, bring them to the castle at once, King Bernard of Burland. And this is how most Dragon Quest games start. You're given a task, and you head out into the world to make yourself stronger and equip yourself with better equipment. Both levels and equipment do so much for you in DQ. We'll be venturing into this cave next time to travel north. But for right now, let's just go ahead and end out our episode with some slime slaying. I was having trouble getting that out. Alliteration is hard, yo. We are kind of boxed in to this small area here. Ragnar does have a very, very short chapter. Extremely short chapter. If you rush through it and skip dialogue, like, I don't know, I could maybe even already be done with it. I'm not sure. But we'll get another good chunk knocked out tomorrow. I also like how the map fills itself in this one as you explore. If you're interested in checking out the original version of this game for the NES, by all means, I don't have anything against using an emulator and a ROM for the original NES version of the game, because there's no other way to play it at this point. And Square Enix certainly isn't making money off of NES cartridge sales. Gray legal area be damned, it'd just be silly to say otherwise. But I will also be doing a marathon on Memorial Day weekend of 2016 of the original NES Dragon Quest IV. And I'll make an entire weekend out of it. I'll be streaming all weekend from beginning to end of the game, breaking primarily to sleep, and let my family know that no, I haven't passed away in front of a game system. Hey, there we go. There's that sweet, sweet sound. That is the sound of getting stronger. That is the sound of leveling up. Maximum HP increases by 3. Ragnar's attributes improve. More strength, more agility, more luck. All right, so quick rundown of stats. Strength determines how much damage your physical attacks do. Agility determines how quickly you get to go in combat. It is turn-based, but there's also... you do a quiet roll for initiative at the beginning of combat. You never get to see it, but the game does it. Resilience, I want to say resilience determines how much magic damage you take. Wisdom is how strong your magic is, and then luck is your chance to crit and maybe find things. I think. I might be wrong. It's been a couple of years since I played through this one. We're going to hang out here for a little bit longer. We're going to keep grinding for money. And when we come back next time, we will journey north and continue our investigation of the missing children. Thank you for watching, everybody. I am your host, Saigan, and this is the Dragon Quest IV Let's Play. I will see you all next time.